Greetings, survivors. Today I want to do the COP experiment. So I'm planning a new base, and I'm wondering about what kind of ground, what kind of floor I'll have on the base. Because I usually use concrete, but the concrete and in fact all the blocks that are construction blocks, they don't they don't mesh seamlessly with the ground around them. It has this weird gap between the construction blocks and the soil. So I've done here is I've made little platforms. This is grassy ground and sand and sod. The sod is interesting. It's considered construction block by the game. If you go into the menu, it's a building block, so it appears here under building. Somewhere did I miss it? No, here, sod. So this is a building block, and it's actually fairly strong. It has 400 hit points versus 100 of the sand and 200 of the grassy and forest and the other kinds of grounds. And 400 is it's fairly good. The wood itself has only 200. So, and it also has a fairly good uh, max load. It's 40 with mass 10. Wood itself is 40 with mass 5. So sod, it's heavy, so you cannot put as much sod depending or uh, supported by a sod block, but you can put wood supported by sod in the same amount that a wood frame will support it. So it's an interesting block, and I'm tending towards this as my ground because it does mesh seamlessly with other kinds of soil. So if I put, for instance, a grassy ground here, see, it's seamless. Now, the reason I'm considering using sod or any kind of soil instead of just concrete, as I usually do, besides the meshing, is that I believe that cops do not damage these kinds of soils here. So that's what this experience is about. Um, let's fix this. Let's fix this weapon here, and also let's get some more bullets here. Okay, so we are going to spawn. I'm going to try to spawn this here. And if I may have to cut this zombie fat cop. Yes, this is the one I want. I might have to cut this video a little bit if I'm having trouble spawning the cops here. So, well, we'll see. If I cut, you'll notice. Okay, so I had to cut the video. I have to make the jail higher. And it seems that I need to spawn them from up here to ensure best results. There you go. So let's... All right. So let's see what we have here. The jail was damaged, and you can see about this is almost 500 points, but the ground itself took no damage whatsoever. See? The ground took no damage whatsoever. let's spawn our next cop. So a lot of damage here, but again, the ground doesn't seem to have taken any damage whatsoever. Okay. There, no damage. Let's try sod. And again, it doesn't look like the sod took any damage. And we'll go to the next one and then come back here. Oops. So this is mostly for fun because it's going to destroy the hell out of the wood. As I said, that was fun. So sod, no damage. And now let's just look at these other, the concrete, the steel, and the stainless steel, which is with the upgrade, just to see how much these things take from cop explosions. See if it is a fixed amount of damage or if it depends on the material. So let's get this cup right here. Okay, so it took about 300 points of damage, the concrete. This cup here. And this steel took about 200. Yeah, it took about 60 hit points less than concrete. And I wonder if that was just coincidence or if steel does take less damage than concrete, which I had heard of before. But now let's do the last one. What was 771? So it starts with 12,000. So this was about 229 points. And this was about 267 points. So if there is a difference, if this is just not a coincidence, it's not a very big difference. Let's get some steel and repair these things. And do it one more time, just to see how it goes. Alright. Fat zombie cop. The exact same amount of damage, 267. So I expect we'll see the exact same amount of damage here as well. And we'll just make sure. Did I fix this? I don't... Yeah, I did fix it. So 229 points. It took exactly the same amount of points. So the stainless steel takes less damage than the steel, which takes less damage than concrete, besides having more hit points. But the soils don't take any damage at all from copper explosions, which means if you use sod as your soil and you don't have a problem with zombies digging, you don't have any kind of setup that will lead zombies to dig at the soil. It is fairly effective soil against copper explosions. So after I finished the video, I realized there was one type of soil I had not tested on. So I've come back and made a test on this, which is asphalt. Now asphalt is interesting in that it meshes with the ground, with the soil like normal soil. It has the gap when it's adjacent to some building blocks such as wood or concrete. But whereas the other kinds of soil, the forest soil or sand or sod, do not take damage from copper explosions. Asphalt actually does take damage, and it takes quite a lot of damage. You'll see it's 364 hit points of damage compared to 333 points on concrete. So it takes more damage than concrete. And while we are here, let's also go ahead. Oh, I missed some. Let's go ahead and try stone. So this is like player-made stone. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I have finished making a stone platform, and now let's spawn a copy in here. And stone does take damage as well. That's interesting. Like sand does not take damage, and dirt does not take damage, but stone does take damage. That's interesting. Well, once again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.